Let's hear it! Okay, so she wasn't able to be here today because she has laryngitis. She's unable to speak. But her heart goes out to the parents and families of Tina and Colten. The Indigenous community across Turtle Island are in shock as we continue to be traumatized by ongoing injustices inflicted upon our youth, upon our women, and upon our men. Our children deserve better. It is time for the injustices to stop. Education, health, social, legal, and justice systems, none have ever been in our favor. Canada's most recent census highlights the huge crisis within children in care. Half of the children in care under the age of 4 are Aboriginal. In Manitoba, of 11,000 children in care, 10,000 are Aboriginal. In Alberta, Aboriginal children represent the 9% of the population, yet they are represented over 70% of the children in care. There are also a high number of children dying in care, as well through suicide. Youth are transitioning out of care into homelessness, and many end up in the criminal justice system. This has been a crisis for a long time. The Canadian government must accept blame for its historical role, not only subjecting and impoverishing our nations, but in continued imposition on our daily lives. The federal government has exerted control through legislation, various other acts, regulations, agreements, policies, and guidelines on almost every facet of our lives. They have chronic and deliberately underfunded First Nations education, housing, social health, and infrastructure for decades. This First Nations management and administration of programs and services has been, in the words of many informed people, simply an administration of our own poverty. Then there is the residential school era, whose purpose to assimilate children to the white man's society by killing the Indian child and alienating the children from their family systems, values, language, and culture. The losses combined and the abuses that children were subjected to in the Indian residential schools have been an intergenerational impacts. Our people are resilient, though. We are still here and we demand change. All Canadians have to wake up, confront their colonial past, acknowledge and racism exists and the First Nations have been long discriminated against, and demand real change. Governments are responsible for creating the optimal conditions for the person to obtain the quality of life they wish to pursue, and that means First Nations too. We don't only deserve a good quality of life, but our children deserve to feel safe in their homelands. I will work hard with the Chiefs of Alberta and all my counterparts on the national executive on change, because we deserve it. Our children and those yet to come deserve it as well. All right, then. Many on your end are being held accountable. I've had many women of all colors and creeds come up to me and say how they've been failed and how a murderer got away or how sexual assault is dismissed. We've had enough. This is a Canadian issue. Period. And just to see all your faces here today means something. This is urgent. We're in crisis. Everything that's set up to protect us, to do what's right by us, it's not happening. We have to start doing things on our own. And that's what all these grassroots organizations have been doing. They're there to inspire you. You know what's wrong. You see what's right. You see what's wrong. We have no goddamn time for the gray areas in between anymore. Period. That's it. No more talking. I'm sick. Frankly, I'm sick of talking about it. This is ridiculous. We're all educated. We know what's going on. We're not fools. We see what's going on in the South. We're Canadians. We love each other, don't we? Can't we do better? Are we not together? Is this not Canada? I'm not here to talk about the color of my goddamn skin. I'm here to tell you We just want basic human rights and protections. That's it. I want to feel safe. I want my daughter to feel safe. I want my granddaughter to feel safe. I don't think that's asking for much. I shouldn't be here fucking begging for it. Sorry, kids. I love you kids, I'm sorry. I'm just really upset, and I'm really blessed that Jay Tutusis is here. She is chosen not to speak. She is overwhelmed. She has made all these moves. She's speaking with higher ups. I mean, this needs to happen. We were at the Esquire Awards last year together, and I'll never forget that. And we're always here for you. If you need us, you have it. Now, Child Family Services had Tina in a hotel room by herself. This needs to stop. No hotel rooms for any more children and families. It's getting ridiculous. That is so unsafe. That's where they're lured. And that's where they are actually prostituted out of as well. This is real, people. This isn't in the goddamn movies. This is real life. This is happening. You should be outraged that any child, that any human being of your country has injustice towards them. So, for you non-Indigenous people, please, we need your voice as well. You know what's wrong. You know what's right. Basically, it's common sense. If you have a heart, if you have a healthy mind, help us. Help us. We can do this together. Your voice matters for us too. If you feel the way the rest of us feel, send an email, write a letter, send a tweet, make a post, create a group. Go outside one of these places and stand out there and sing. Do something, anything. We would really appreciate it. You matter, we matter. Thank you very much.